Hello beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. It's another day that God has given unto us, and we are here to make sure that we are representing and making it happen. As one-on-one live coverage, they're going to be coming at this kind of the time right now from my home here, and I promised that we're going to be having so much things that we're going to be covering today and eastern side. Some of the people talk about, oh, Mr. Joseph is here. Hi, yes. Mr. Joseph, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Everything is so fantastic.
Yes, very fantastic.
I see you have some side mirrors here. What broke your side mirrors?
You know, nikabeba kutoka Mtebe kufika hapa kwa Mwito Garo. Sasa nikaambia ule jamaa alikuwa anaendesha pikipiki sana, ni kijana. Nikamwambia mimi nisukishe hapa kwa hii mchanga, mimi nitafika tu nyumbani. Akaniambia haya mzee, ushuke upesi, manake mimi nataka rudi. Sasa sasa ile mimi natoa mguu ukanyaga chini, nikateleza vile unaonaga pikipiki.
Ukatereza.
Nikateleza, nikaangukia ile mchanga ilikuwa. Kumbe kulikuwa kajiwe, ukaniguza.
So Mr. Joseph is a little bit having some of talk about some scratches here and some stuffs here, and he got an accident a little bit, and everything is possible. We have to understand how the things we're going to be getting, and we're going to be making things to have so fantastic here. So at least you are healing, yeah? You are healing, okay, yeah?
Yes.
Exactly. You never broke the
no,
nothing
it is okay. Nilienda kwa Msamaria mwema. Kanipea kadawa ya kupaka.
Ya kupaka. Ya kusugua, exactly. You went to the hospital, so we're going to be sorting out such kind of the issues here. My sister, she's here, and she's today looking like something else here. How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is nice?
Everything is good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So you're gonna be having a little bit of a chit chat with Mr. Joseph here?
The museum is here, you can see.
Oh, sorry, eh? Oh, yeah, by the way. So you got an accent. Sorry about that one, and you will heal. Exactly. Keep it tuned. We see Kimberly is washing some utensils here. How are you, Kimberly?
Fine.
Everything is good?
Yeah.
So you are washing it? Exactly. Make it happen, eh? Exactly. So guys, everything is just moving as the way it has been, and I appreciate how much of the people who are tuned, all the new subscribers, and also all the returning subscribers, always watching the video east, west, and south until it has reached here. So here we go at this kind of the area. So we have already demolished the house here, as I just promised you that we're going to be demolishing. So whenever we are demolishing here, I always remember the point I was demolishing mine, where at the time it was here. So the same people who are demolishing their first one is the same people are here. So I think this kind of the house was using, imagine the house, it was there before I was born, but you can see how this kind of the trees are still strong enough to make sure that they can just do another work here. So we are changing everything here, and we're going to be making sure that everything is moving so fantastic here. So already they are done with one room here, and I see the other person. Hi man, what's up? Everything is good? I have recognized your presence. Oh, aye.
Thank you.
Aye, bye. So tomorrow you come for your maize?
Yes, I will come.
Thank you. Tomorrow gonna be coming. Guys, what I'm gonna be talking about is always we have to understand how this kind of the strategy goes here and there, because everything has its own time to make it happen. Because I've just talked about we're gonna be starting a new construction here, and to make sure that I'm just putting here a kitchen, which is a modern kitchen, to my mom here, so that she can just feel very okay, because right now I'm the one representing to make sure that everything is happening here. So I see this was the kitchen here, and you can see how black it was. And guys, they have some honey here, and they have already added. Oh yeah, you can see guys, there's honey. Really fantastic. Honey. But kidney stones, because of leaking this kind of the substance here. But this is nature. Very awesome. Guys, are always in the traditional way of living, this kind of the mud houses, whenever they stay here for a long period of time, this kind of we can call them some of the small, not like bees, but they can make honey, but not like bees. So I think they're small bees, I can call them. And they have, here we call them obogangara, the bugangaras, or you can call it in English gangaras. Exactly. So the gangaras, whenever they're just developing here, they become so fantastic whenever it comes to the old houses. Like whenever you're demolishing the old houses, you can find that they are just stuck to each and every kind of the spot. So I can show you a sample here. You can just see them how they are. Ziko pande hiyo? Oh, kwa ngazi. Oh, nipite, si ndio? Guys, we're gonna be getting up here. So as this stuff here, guys, somebody can talk about, oh, Gintu, what's this stuff here in the kitchen? What was it for? This is where we were placing firewood so they can dry very quickly. You can see how the house is looking so dark, and you can now imagine that darkness. It's just the smoke, and that smoke, it's the one that everybody is inhaling, and talk about it can bring much of the problem in terms of the healthy purposes and such kind of the way. So I have decided to make sure that we are just getting it out, because my mom has been into such kind of talk about getting, it's like smoking. So she has been smoking since this kind of the houses was there. So I want to demolish it and make it so fantastic. A new one here, fantastic. So as we're gonna be moving, these are the gangaras I'm talking about. The gangaras, you can see them. Oh, they are inside here. Guys, we're gonna be eating some honey here. Let me see. Give me the surur. Ukona surur? Nana kona surur? Guys, I'm gonna be getting here. I can demolish here a little bit and get the gangaras where they are.
Hapo nishatoa.
Ushatoa? Yeah. Ziko pande hiyo? Mara wiki nani hii rule muda. This kind of asururu is not operating good. Nikuja hapo. Guys, I'm told that they are in the other side. I want to. Can I jump? They are there? Yeah. Fantastic. Let me go for. Let me go for them here. Where are they? Wow. Guys, I'm telling you, these are the stuffs. You can see how they are just passing here. These are the stuff. So you can see that they are attached here. So if you want to understand the tradition, this is how they are attached here. So you can see the development and how they are just moving. So you're gonna be getting it here. Fantastic. Remove it slowly. Wow. This is the honey, guys. This is the honey here. You can see. This is honey. Wow. Very fantastic. You can see honey. Fantastic. So wow, this is the only payment that you can get from this kind of the mud houses, only whenever you are demolishing them. So that's the only benefit of whenever you have some mud houses. That's how they bring some of the honey, and it becomes so meticulous. And let me give it to Kimberly. I don't know if she can just eat this one, because it's a traditional one, and it has a positive impact, like treating coughing. If you have somebody who is coughing, if you have somebody who is having some of flu, it treats flu, because it attaches itself onto the gullet here, and talk about the bladder, or talk about the trachea, and it's very meticulous. But the biggest thing is it's not muchly quantitized, like the honey which is produced with bees. These are small ones, and they are so small in terms of talking about you can get that they are producing very sweet than even the other bees that we are going to be talking about here. So they are so sweet. Hey Kimberly, do you eat this one? Honey? Small. Cut small. Kata. Kata kidogo. Yeah. Kata kidogo. Haya. Kimberly, kula. Chukua. Kula. Yeah. Tam.
Mpata wapi?
Asali. Ini tam. Kula. Uma.
Napata asali wapi?
Uma. Hivyo. Yeah. That way. Exactly. Is this sweet? Yeah. Not like they like also the brown sugar, but I don't want to exercise that one here. So that's how the work is just continuing here, and I think they're having a good strategy to demolish it, because this was the kitchen here, but it has been transferred to here because this was originally where talk about everything was being held. In terms of this is where I was living in the past. Talk about 2 decades ago. This is where I was living here. Talk about 2 decades and a half. This is where I was living, and this was our room here. Me and my brother and my sister also. This is where we were sleeping, and my sister was the one who was talking about. Yeah, you understand? He was now the controller during that time, as we were so young. And right now it's now the kitchen, and you can now see. So this is the smoke that is getting, and this house is right now it's looking so whitish. But when it comes to 2 weeks coming, you'll find it as black as the one that is here, and you'll just wonder what is really happening. It will be coming like this. So somebody can talk about, is it oiled? No, this is just the smoke. And what I always talk about is this where much of the African traditional moms and also traditional people are getting a problem, whereby this smoke here, it's so infectious into the lungs, and it's so infectious into the breathing system. You can understand it. So when it gets to them, they get it like sometimes they feel like the eyes are becoming blocking. Sometimes they feel like they cannot sleep at night. Whenever you're gonna be sleeping, you feel like talk about the eyes are so heavy, you cannot sleep well. So that is the condition that's brought with too much talk about too much of the smoke. But right now everything has a change and everything has to come to an end. But even this kind of the kitchen, it's gonna be modern, and also it's gonna be having a small of the tradition, because we have too much firewood. Like you cannot talk about, you're gonna be using gases, a gas to make sure that we're gonna be cooking some of like ugali. So sometimes it's gonna be a huge, like right now we have a huge number of people. So for us to cook ugali, it should be in this kind of the manner. You can just see from here. So this is the effect here. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is fantastic?
Yeah.
So you can see how they're spinning ugali. This is the traditional way. So we have some of the other firewood there. So it's acting like the smoke is smoking inside here. Now that's what I was talking about, and that's how infectious it will be. But this kind of the room, it's newly today developed, and I think it's gonna be talk about broken somewhere, and talk about this kind of the upper edge here, so that this kind of too much smoke will be coming out without much of the interference here. So the good fact is during the traditional time, our fathers and our ancestors, talk about our grandfathers, they were using as strong trees as possible. Talk about this kind of the trees. You can imagine this has stayed here for a period of 3 decades, and before even I was born. But right now it's still very safe, and it's still very talk about like it's fresh still, and it has no defect. It has no much of the defect here. It has not been eaten much with talk about the ants and much more, but they are looking so fantastic. You can see even it has stayed there for long, but they're just it's giving them a headache time for them to get it down. So that is what I can talk about. It's so strong enough. And to the real traditional time, you can talk about it reached at a time whereby even the compensation, talk about if somebody want to compensate you, a person who is having a mud house and a permanent house like the brick, like a G castle, for me as a G castle, I'll be paid less than a person who is demolished with this kind of the mud house, because it needs a lot of manpower, it needs a lot of people, and talk about power and knowledge and time consuming for it to be hard as the way it is. So you can imagine this kind of the thickness of this wall. You can see how big it is. So how many people, or how many times some people have smeared here to have that kind of a huge talk about as huge as it's gonna be, like a foundation here. So it's something which has taken a lot of time. That's where whenever it comes to the compensation, the mud houses people are paid more than the permanent house people. And also the mud house was acting as a bulletproof. Also it was acting as a good security. You cannot temper to pass through a wall, like a smeared wall, because it's not like a permanent house. You can talk about, you can hit it once and it goes. So here you can see it's always being prepared in a way that you will struggle to bring it down, because it will take you a lot of energy and a lot of time, and you cannot just come inside. And also it was one of the best in terms of security. Whenever you talk about in the tradition, animals were just sleeping inside the mud houses, and it was a very good security. In our home here, you can see there was a very big house here until where that gate is, and there's this kind of the mud house. There's a mud house there. There was a mud house back there, and there was that kind of the mud house there. So the security that was here, the cows could sleep internally here because they could not have any kind of affections, because nobody can attempt to come and steal, because in the past there was too much of the cattle raiding and talk about cattle wrestling and so much more. So that's why people in this kind of the tradition, we have to make it. But what I can say about is also you can understand there's a time that we were told that you will always be living in this kind of the mud houses. I'm trying my best to make sure that we are living in a standard way, that we cannot be again mocked and also provoked, accusated, allegated, because this is where the legacy is. This is where everybody grew up. This is where my legacy is coming from. Somebody who is coming to hate and talk about, oh, you are living in mud houses, is a stupid person. He doesn't understand that it was not our will. Let me begin to again not be the way the parents were. So as we can just a little bit make it as a different thing. So as again, our children will not be told you are living in mud houses. But that was a very stupid talk about accusation that this kind of the people ever proposed. But who is God? Always God is not wearing a short. We have to make it happen. We have to move forward, because right now we are removing this kind of the wall. Tomorrow we're going to be starting the foundation. Tomorrow about when we're going to be raising it. We have already some of the bricks there, and I can talk about some of the cement. I'm trying my best to make sure that I can just get some cement, and to make sure that we're going to be starting the foundation, and also the labor for that, the people who are going to be doing it. Also, I talk about demolishing is also money. Talk about we have firewood, yes, but I cannot sell firewood because we consume, we use this kind of the firewood also at the preparation of some of the food. Talk about when I demolished this kind of the house that was here, I used those firewoods to cook for the people who are constructing the G Castle. Also right now, this kind of the firewood will be stored, and it will be cooking food for the people who are going to be preparing the house here. It's going to be a little bit of a classic house, and it's going to be a little bit bigger to make sure that we are out of this kind of contemptions and interconceptions that people are evolving and provoking us with daily, and talking about we shall not be, they are them. No, that is a behind idea that we cannot come with it to the front yard here. So already I think about they are about to finish it. Talk about getting it down, and everything gonna be so fantastic. Is the food ready? The ugali is not yet ready. Oh, hey, akia Mungu mona akia Mungu biba yurutu. Pa. Guys, today even my eyes are shaking like you can understand the nyashes here, because the eyes here too much of dust. We have to understand how the things are coming. So guys, they have to have a strategy so they can just bring this kind of the wall down. As I can talk about, you can see from this kind of the side here, he's cutting this kind of the wall here to make sure that they're gonna be getting this one down, so it can just be squeezed, all pushed to go down at that kind of a level. Guys, I can just remember this kind of when I was born and I became to understand who I was, I found that this kind of the house was already operating. So that's how they're gonna be doing this kind of it's a tiresome work, and also it needs much of care, because it can fall on you and it can just be another scenario. Talk about another emergency scenario, or too much of the things that are going to be coming. You understand? Everybody always talking about, oh, get into this way, get into that. You understand that whenever you demolish like that, this kind of the house, you can find that people are talking about, oh, again, there's another house going to be coming here, or there's somebody who's going to be getting out. Some people have their own provocation, and they have their own a mentality of not understanding how and what is just following its own course. Like people can just come out and talk about, oh, Gintu now gonna be starting another house. Oh, maybe it's a Freemason. The village is that way. Oh, the G Castle is still there. Oh, another house is starting. We have to understand. But guys, support Gintu and support it happen, because that is the way we're gonna be making it happen. Despite the challenges, they are there, but we cannot fail and talk about, oh, we shall not get up and make what is to come out. At this kind of the point, I'm going to be talking about. Keep it tuned, and everything going to be so fantastic as we make it happen and getting this kind of the staffs down with an immediate effect. So what I was telling them is to make sure that they cannot get this kind of the kitchen, talk about maybe fall down to this kind of the pit here. If it falls here again, it will be another scenario to get it out from here, so it will be a little bit over different things that we're going to be talking about. But the good thing is even if it falls here, we're going to just get it out, because that is the way forward. Umepata ingine? Bas, he has got another honey. We have to go and honeycomb here. It's called honeycombing. Huh? You go up. Oh, it's here. Oh, it's here.
Ona, sitagwa. Hebu kidogo hivi ningoe kichinte kwa hichi kisoko cha mwisho.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. As you can see hands how they look like. Honey harvesters. Is another one somewhere? Iko. Tres. Get it out. Guys, here we are celebrating honey, and they should demolish it very, very punctual, so as you can just get that kind of the honey. Iko. Iliisha. As you can see, these are just I don't know how they're gonna be called here, but you can see how they are small and tiny, and they are making so sweet honey, and they are attached onto the mud, and it's like the other bees, how they attach themselves here. So in the tradition, they say that if you have demolished a mud house, in the culture and in the norms of the Korean culture, they talk about if you can just demolish a mud house, and it doesn't have those kind of the small honeys, you understand that there's something wrong in that family. So you have to understand, if you now get such kind of the stuffs, all the houses, whenever you demolish here, they're gonna be having such kind of the honey from that kind of the wall and the mud, to make sure that everything's so fantastic. So that is the way forward, and I'm going to be talking about as I'm going to be starting the kitchen, talk about the kitchen construction. The G castle going to be stopping a little bit, but if I can just see if the things going to be getting good, I'm going to be placing another money to make sure they're going to be continuing the G castle. But at this kind of the time, I'm just talking about the security purposes, because my mother cannot be collapsed with the kitchen inside and talk about the G castle is still conduction. No, let us start with the things that are going to be threatening the security pattern, so you can just handle it gone. So I don't know how long will I just build it. I don't know. Keep on subscribing and liking and sharing and supporting also to make it happen, because we have much more to go and make it happen. Firewood here, we have to cook food like safari rally. So everything gonna be coming out very, very fantastic. Unataka kuangusha?
Bado acha huko kwanza.
Oh, unakata pande hiyo? Okay, so guys, we are waiting for a little bit here, as they're gonna be making sure that now suangushe hii sasa. Yeah, this one here has to go down. Let us prepare ourselves and make sure that this one is getting down, and we should be so punctual so as it cannot fall for us. Chinguru chitaracha chonzi. Guys, let us demolish this kind of the wall here and make it happen. So the camera will be a little bit far away to make sure they cannot get some of the damages here, but too much of the dust here. Guys, we have to be so punctual here as we are just dealing with this kind of the wall, and it's gonna be bringing much of the damages here if we are not keen about handling it very properly. Yeah, we have to remove this kind of the trees that are just attached here, and that's why I said that we were using much of the firewood on top. They're gonna be drying so quickly. You understand that if you put some firewood inside the kitchen where there is so much of the smoke, the firewood can just dry in 2 days time, and that's why you see this kind of the trees that were here to make sure that they're gonna be supporting the firewood to the top, so as it could be attached and make sure that the firewood are drying so completely here. These are just the ventilations that were here. The kitchen needs a lot of ventilation. You have to be so punctual here. Si uchimbe kutoka huko nje.
Nimeshachimba pale.
Oh.
Tulebanga.
Panga. Nida machete hii.
Ni panga. Yuni ole. Abo manyanda tola kunyora ke yonjo ke gote urugi. Ya.
Ukota bokengi tike.
Aya, tawanza ko omuntu wambi mpungu. Ngakumurindira. Ati chicha kile sonka ndaleta. Okay. Muchicha wiku kama nukukenga muna ke kubamoka.
Wala pulu.
Au tingishe. Come trovo hotel.
No roge capita.
Rusia moso che montro mai cavata tondo rejo. Na mbungu wako kumuyenda.
Talking about it very soon, he just fall down from a mango tree. So it has to be so punctual because this wall here it's not punctual. So
insurance.
Oh. Insurance ninge roche boli hana. Saka neka.
Abo insurance.
Saka neka oka. Ubuke bwe bonga ne bomba leo.
guys, this kind of the houses here, they are so strong. Whenever it comes to demolishing, you will have to use a very high manpower. So as we can just make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So as the guy is just making sure that he's just cutting there, and already I can talk about the top mason yesterday came and he came to see how if the house can just stay here or the house can just be constructed here, because you had to gauge it and make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So as far as everything is in concern, we are just ile ya nje tunaiacha.
Nini akaruche kwanza ndo rukali pere hara.
Kwa hivyo nyumba isonge hano.
Muteko no kucha kuiho kono.
Asa mpaka kucha kwa haruribu. Guys, there's a very big tree that is just inside here, this kind of the tree here. And it has to be cut down also. And they have to take it down. Yeah, man. Sasa uchimbe huko kando basi sije anguke na ile wall.
Sasa ona. Atuta hiyo wall inabaki. Sasa uikate mpaka chini kabla mako yake ingere hapa. Watakenga ambe kwanza. Wabeturumo.
Hey, get out from there. We have so much firewood here already. Kwenda chini.
Kumbe unajua Kijaruo.
Yeah, he has to demolish from that side here. Make sure you're gonna be paving way so this can just fall down here. So that's the way forward. Wow. So we are reaching at the point where now we're gonna be having the wall coming down right now. We're gonna be not taking us a little bit of time here, not more of the time here.
Badiga umujamo akeng ate morontrono turuguisi kamuigo.
Na acha boli na sasa tuline kyagoro ya rono turusukumero. This one has to hit this one here so as it can just go this way.
Tema bakas.
Guys, we are having some food preparation here. Oh, now sukuma wiki. Yeah. The ugali is ready?
Yeah.
Hey, the house is too much of smoke. Guys, you can see how the smoke is smoking inside here. And this was my bedroom, and right now is now a kitchen. You can never know. This life is changing, guys, and that's the fact. This life is changing at this kind of the moment, and I can talk about. I could not dream that one day I will be the one who's going to be demolishing this kind of the houses. I could not dream that one day this kind of the room that I was sleeping during my childhood, it could be the kitchen today. So everything changes. Nobody knows what is tomorrow. And at that kind of the way I can talk about everybody should get the passion and talk about what is tomorrow going to be coming. Let nobody decisively and talk about, oh, you cannot make it this way, you cannot make it. Nah, I don't trust in that one, because what I know is if we try our best, we're going to be making it happen. So the food going to be prepared there, very meticulous food, because this kind of the work needs much of the energy, and too much of water has to be consumed here like something else. So you can just have everything getting forward. So it's there for the kitchen already. So you understand, eh? Exactly. And also you understand whenever you talk about young ladies here, and whenever you have, so she's the one who is making sure that the work is so fantastic inside there, and she's the one who's going to be making it happen here. So as they're going to be cooking for the people here, and too much people going to be coming, they're going to be getting everything so fantastic. So keep it tuned, guys. Still we are on it, and I'll talk about Sigano is the other side, making sure that you're going to be making things to have here coming, and we are so punctual here to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So this is the way forward to make it happen, because we have to go forward for it, and that is the best way for us to make it happen, because we have to demolish as the other house gonna be coming. It's demolishing and constructing. That's the best way I can talk about at this kind of the time, at this kind of the way forward here. So let's wait for him to cut it there, because the other outer wall, I think it's gonna be remaining for the security purposes, and also blocking the outer edge, so as you cannot have the intruders coming in. Hey, the guys in the kitchen. Wait, uko wapi bana? Wait, Junior. Jo. Oh, uko banda hiyo? Okay. No man, nivi tuende nayo. Yeah. Ikuje. Yeah, ikuje. Guys, it's now coming down. Yeah, man. Fantastic. Yeah, man. So guys, it has come down. So we are just progressing to the next one. Hati shaji kunja tayari. Tuende nayo. The dog is now pretending to be sleeping here and to bring some chaos here. Get out of that side. Hey children, get away. Children, get away. Yeah, iende. Yeah, man. Ikuje. Ndio. Ikuje bana.
Umetokokota kintu.
Jaronshikia.
Sasa no kukote. Sasa wakati.
Kuja hapa hivi.
Twende.
Songa.
Kiti meshika hapo. Ebangira yote hivi.
Ebanga usinyunde. Oh, ile nyundo iko wapi? Totono, huko kwa dirisha.
Angegea.
Ai,
Angegea hapo. Dira.
oh.
Che vuoi?
Angegea.
Renta.
Muislamu.
Che vuoi?
Asina fazi kato basi. Nimekata chini ingi pei. Kama unaona hiyo ni ngumu. Ukikiaenge sasa chini na nini?
Kuja huko ke.
Na hii.
Kuja huko.
Bora no karo kwa turu gumu.
Ndio inaenda.
Bwana toka kubombeka chama.
Yeah man.
Icho kibinto byo twanza kubyora kwa.
Sasa siwalete maziwa. Bring milk. Go bring milk. Guys, too much of dust here, and I have some milk here, and the boys will take some milk here to make sure that everything is so fantastic here. So already we are done, and it's now smoking here. Now the smoke is now smoking, and it's just wondering, hey, we are now getting out. Wow, this house is so strong enough, and right now I can talk about this is a history to be made, and this is a history also I'm just making here, and we have to progress because already I have demolished the house. So the only thing that's going to be coming out is to make sure that the house is going to be constructed here new. So they're going to be collecting all the firewood out of here, and also now we shall just be in a position of talking about who we are just waiting for is only the engineer to come and make sure that this site is now starting and to the construction with an immediate talk about the foundation going to be starting, but the problem going to be having at this kind of the time is the hardcore. My brother also is fixed a little bit, and right now to get the hardcore and the people to get much of the materials to the site is a little bit getting much over the problem. I know there are people going to be talking about, oh, get how much about the firewood here, but I don't sell the firewood. I don't sell because we use them here as a home. Talk about the home use here because we always cook for the people who always come here. We don't charge any kind of the food to the people who are coming as top handman or talk about top masons. We don't charge any food money, so we have to cook and use the local material around us to sustain our sustainability. Firewood is a sustainable resource, so as you can just make sure that we're gonna be cooking food very quickly. Talk about they're so dry, and whenever we're gonna be putting some firewood and two of talk about two spaces or two of the stones that are put at the side to cook two foods at each kind of the time. It's so fantastic. So it's now the work to make sure that we're going to be removing this kind of the stuff here. Kuna sali? Yeah, there's honey. There's honey, there's honey, there's honey. Very big honey. Wow. Toa. Eh? Kati. Yeah, eat that one. No, I'm good. Give the other guys here, so you can see everybody is struggling to get something here. Yeah, exactly. So guys, this is the good fact. So right now the area is so vacant. Anadhani aka kaol kanaanguka. Si aka ataka kanaanguka. I think nyumba itapita hapo. I think even that small wall is gonna be getting out. Because the guy is cutting the whole of the steak, and you're gonna be dealing with the steak perpendicularly. Yeah, you're gonna be getting the milk. Yeah, now drink milk. Everybody's gonna be given. Imetoboka. Chukua maziwa imetoboka chap. Yeah, they're gonna be getting some milk here, so they can just be drinking because of too much of. No, I don't use milk. Guys, the good fact is I don't use milk also. I don't know why, but that is it. But not that I cannot take, but it's tasting not good to me at that kind of the level. So I can talk about at that kind of an artifact, I cannot take milk because it's not tasting very much to me good. So everybody is struggling to get honey. So you can see from here. Everybody is struggling to get honey. The children.
Even kids.
Yeah. Kimberly.
Natural.
Honey? Yeah. Eat honey. Others are eating and you are sitting and you are looking at me. Yeah. Take. The honey is so meticulous, eh? So guys, this is the natural honey, and it's not so infectious, and that's very fantastic at that kind of the time. So keep it tuned, keep it locked, because much of the things are going to be coming to you as you're going to be starting everything coming out from this kind of the position. And I salute everybody who has been taking locked and making sure that we are getting it forward and every time forward here. So now the work is to get the firewood off from this kind of the muddies and make it happen. Mazuiko namna gani? Everything is good, eh? Exactly. So the honeycombers. You can see the fingers. Fingers are reflecting the honeycombers here. Yeah. Exactly. That's the best. Exactly. So the area is now vacant here, and now we have to make sure that we are sealing. We have the talk about the iron sheets that we just removed from here. We're going to be using them to seal this area, so as we cannot attach it. So the house cannot come at this kind of an edge of this kind of the hole here. So I think it's going to be getting inside, because we have to make sure that we are getting the house inside as the G castle is, but inside of the G castle as it's going to be. So I think we're going to be coming up to outside here where the madam is, to make sure that the house is going to be so big enough. So we cannot have the tiny, you know, we understand the staffs that are making the talk about this kind of the smoke to be so popular. It's the small house, and also from the small house it's just tiny. So whenever that kind of the smoke want to be coming out, you're going to be creating a chimney. If you're going to be using the firewood in this kind of the modern kitchen you're going to be building, you're going to be having chimney that will be just delivering much of the smoke out, so I cannot have much of the affections. And at this kind of the point right now, I'm going to be protecting the mother, because she's also even right now she's suffering from the eye problem. Sometimes you're going to be scratching the eyes, and sometimes the eyes are going to be turning red. At night you feel like there's much of the stones onto your eyes, so they're the ones that are affecting because of the smoke. And also you understand the smoke is coming from the combustion of oxygen, and talk about the carbon whatever, and everything that is just synthesized with much of the trees. Talk about the trees have much of whenever you cut it down, carbon dioxide is there, carbon monoxide you can find it there if it's just rotting and such more. So we have different talk about even some smells that are coming from different trees. You can never know this tree is harmful. Whenever you burn it into the kitchen, you can never know which kind of the firewood are you using. Is it a tree that is maybe a herb? Is it a tree which is poisonous? So sometimes you can find that the smoke that is always rising, it's having all those kind of the subsequent combustion, and talk about subsequent chemical toxic substances that can just affect your body and alter the normality of your body. So that's what I can just pick up to this kind of the time, so as we can just make it happen as we are moving. And also I can say that this kind of the mud houses right now, we're gonna be riding, not that we are talking about to not have the legacy, or because the mud house is the legacy to our culture, and we cannot talk about we are just riding them out, but we are trying to improve the structures, we are trying to improve the standard also, and also look like others who are just talking about, oh, we're gonna be this way, we're gonna be that way. It's gonna be so fantastic if we come out at this kind of the position right now. So I think that is the best way for us to go and make it happen here. So we're going to be concluding at the site here, as they're just the food is ready. Hey, hey. People are eating everything. Eh? Yeah, everything is possible. What's up, man?
What's up?
Everything is good?
I see the progress.
Yeah. Here we're gonna be starting everything, eh?
I see.
Yeah, so they have ate and everything is fantastic. Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is nice?
It's nice. I'm going to shower.
Oh, you wanna shower? Yes. Fantastic. It's smoke or it's dusty? Thank you. East and Wasi, we have to understand. How is everything?
Everything is good.
I see also you have you are under the preparations?
They're plastering now.
Or plastering?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they are already there and everything is happening?
They are on the process of finishing.
Oh, they're gonna finish it today?
They're gonna be
the
finishing.
Plaster?
Yeah, and
tomorrow it's
gonna be putting a floor.
It's called a screeding, yes. And putting the floor.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. Talk about that kind of the Nero. The Nero is a cement, the conky the cement. Eh?
Yeah,
exactly. So we're gonna be progressing. Never go back.
Yeah,
make it happen, man.
Yeah,
everything that whatever we need is to go forward. Yeah, no humiliations and no much of talking about how it's gonna be and ABCD. They're gonna be talking as we progress.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly, that's the best way, and it's called Mayani. Keep it tuned. Coming, keep it in lock. You have come to a very good time. The food is now ready, man. You are a good timer. Yeah, you are a good timer.
By the way, I like food.
You like food?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why
you are a food monger.
A food monger.
Oh.
My body is growing because I'm eating well.
Oh, yeah, by the way, you are growing. You are growing. Exactly. So, guys, the good thing is my cow now is going to be delivering very soon as soon. And my father was the one who was waiting for this kind of the moment, for this kind of talk about the cow here. So they can just give out much of I understand, because you can see right now, yeah, what's up, it knows me very much. It knows me very, even me, I have some guinea fowls. I have some guinea fowls there, and I can tell you that you can see the guinea fowls, they are there. Yeah, so they are just getting it happening there, and everything is so fantastic. So the good thing is the cow gonna be delivering as soon as possible, and we are preparing everything so meticulous to welcome a newborn of the G dairy farming. Everything is a G, and you're gonna be making it happen. The food is ready, and you're gonna be eating much of the food here to make it happen. So keep it tuned, guys. I'm gonna be back to you as my sister gonna be completing here, as she's gonna be giving herself a good shout out here. Hey, what's up?
Hey, today you know I have to take care of my face, my hair and everything.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking this way.
Exactly.
So if you don't know me,
Yeah.
it's Kate Sigano, the only one.
Exactly.
Yes, kindly go check my channel. At Kate Sigano is my handle.
Yeah.
And we are about to make it to 1,000 subscribers.
Exactly.
We have remained with just less than 100, even
Exactly.
less than 80
Exactly.
subscribers. So take me there, because I know you've got the strength as my good and wonderful subscribers.
Exactly. Let's make it.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So let's make it happen, guys. We are making it to come out more fantastic here. The ducks are ducking here and very meticulous here. Everything is so fantastic, and I have some chicken inside there. They're still roaming and surviving. So, guys, at this kind of the point, I'm going to be talking about, thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned, locked in, and subscribing, liking, and sharing, so we can just group together as a team and making it happen. So, as I conclude, everything is so fantastic, and I appreciate. Let's get to the next video, as we're going to be dropping in a short while after this one, as we're going to be ending. So, everyone who is there, thank you very much. Let's make it happen. Let's subscribe, like, share, and comment. This is the end. Eh.
Take a point.